But now I found that you're the only one for me. As Juan Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else, where we do not teach you how to rise to the occasion here, folks. We teach you how to fall to your level of preparation. Yeah, that was some Brian McKnight. You know, it was a sort of a low-key day, only a 4-mile run today. So, you know, I like to keep it simple, like to keep it cool. You know, my 4-mile runs, I do bump some Brian McKnight, some of that only one for me. Old school stuff. Actually, I was listening to him on the Anton Daniels podcast about a week or two ago. He was dropping some real shit on that show. So anyway, all that being said, let's get to today's Move Swiftly thoughts. So I want to dive deeper into this Lane Kiffin saga. All right, the Lane Kiffin saga. If you have not heard yet, if you're in the college football, if you're in the football, just sports world in general, may have heard the name Lane Kiffin, who recently took a job took the head coaching job for the LSU Tigers. And the crazy part about the kind of the drama-filled part about the story is the fact that he was currently the head coach for Ole Miss, which is one of LSU's biggest rivals, and he would go and leave the team in the middle of only a really, really good season. They only have one loss on their record. I believe they're like 7th or 6th ranked team in the country, and they're definitely going to the playoffs. So he takes this LSU job, and then he has the athletic director basically tells him, look, you have to leave right now. You don't get to join the team, and they hire the defensive coordinator for Ole Miss. Just a lot of college football coaching drama, which is, again, a lot of what my entire platform, my entire business was built around, this idea, this concept, because it started with me being a college scout and having to deal with the flimsy and the wacky, crazy business that comes with college football coaching and college football in general, and how crazy it is, and this fact that I've played for several programs, a Division II and a Division I program, so I know this world very, very well. And I want to approach this conversation from several different angles, from the athletic director angle, from the coach's angle, and from the player's angle, right? And this is why this had to happen right now, and why it went down the way it went down. First of all, we'll start with the players. And again, myself as a player, a former player, and given the player's lens, which is where the majority of us started out in this business as a player, this is what you guys asked for. At the end of the day, this is what you guys asked for. As a college football player, you cannot give Lane Kiffin any shit about deciding to do what he did, because you as a college football player, I'm talking about the college football players at that level who could jump into some transfer portal when they're not starting, who can go and take a hat, pick this one, I'm a decommit from this one, and then commit this one, and do all this kind of shady shit. Now you're getting paid. Now you want to be professionals. You can't get mad at a grown-ass man who has earned his right to get his options, to say, look, if LSU's the better opportunity, LSU's the better opportunity. So again, to the players, and I know it's not the easiest thing to take, but at the same time, the landscape of college football as of 2026 this is the way you guys wanted it. This is the freedom that you guys get, and the trade-off from having the NIL deals and the transfer portal open and all the shit that you guys get to do, basically free agency. This is the result of it. So that's just the way it is going to be. Now, again, had it been a situation where the players, again, I'm not against players getting paid, but I'm against players being able to just jump ship and leave whatever school they committed to without sticking it out, without earning their keep, instead of being able to jump in some portal and then go start somewhere else and have to renege on your commitments and things like that. If it was a situation where players couldn't just jump ship, then I would probably have a different take on this. But seeing that the way the players are now, where they could just run and hide, where they're not, when the coaches are too rough on them and all that, hey, from the player's perspective, you just got to eat it. You just got to eat it. Now, from the coach's perspective, I could give Lane Kiffin a little. Now, here's the thing about this whole saga, because with Lane Kiffin, he's not won anything. He hasn't won anything at the professional level, hasn't won anything at the collegiate level. I don't know why this guy was so sought after when he has no national championship, no conference titles. I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, he went to Tennessee, didn't do well there. Went to USC, didn't do well there. He did all right at FAU, but it wasn't a big-time program. Ole Miss, obviously, he's coaching the team well. But again, I have never seen so much hoopla over someone who hasn't won shit. Hasn't won shit. And again, I don't have any personal feelings against the guy, but I don't see why this was such a big deal. And I personally think, knowing what I know about college coaching, I believe Lane Kiffin knows that shit. I believe he knows. Look, and I believe every coach on some level, if you were to get them in an honest moment, knows that, look, coaching is overrated. A lot of these guys are completely overpaid, and they thought these numbers, but they thought these numbers for a head coach. They still got to have a staff in place. There's still other things that they're going to be doing besides coaching, especially at the collegiate level. You're, pitching to sponsors, donors. You're going to be at that level of college football. You're going to be doing very little coaching from the standpoint of what it is they're paying you. They're paying you to kind of be the face of the university, the face of the athletic program. But the coaching aspect, a lot of that is going to get done through your assistants, through your coordinators, and through the people that are with the players every day, through your recruiters and through your support staff. But the coaching element at the head coaching level, again, a lot of it is based on, a lot of it is they're giving you the money to run the program, be the face of the program, and not actually coach. We'll say it like that, right? So from the coaching perspective, I can understand, hey, Lane Kiffin might have had a goal to go coach at LSU. That might have been a dream school of his as he was climbing the ranks and things like that. So from the coaching perspective, again, I understand it because hey, he knows that he's overrated. He knows the fact that his name is being brought up is because his season or his team is doing well, and he's not going to get the opportunity to go at a school that he probably would have enjoyed or probably loved. The only issue is he just doesn't come out and say it. He doesn't blatantly, and that's one of the main arguments I've heard from at least the takes from the people that know him personally. Is like they wish he would just fucking be honest about it. Just be honest about it. You want to coach at LSU. You love the program. You love the Tigers. You had some dreams. You had some things going on when you were early in your coaching career that made that a dream destination for you. Because the numbers, again, and this has been confirmed, the numbers are he's taking less money. He's taking less money to go to LSU than Ole Miss. So he's taking less money. So again, that's the coach's perspective. Now, here's the athletic director, the administrative staff, and the folks that are up top. Here's the issue. It's the calendar, folks. It's the calendar. Right now, today is early signing day period for college football because they wanted to make it so these college players can be early enrollees, and they wanted to take advantage of the media scene that early signing day brings to college football. So they created an early signing day period, which is today, as of December 3rd, 2025. It's first Wednesday in December, and then they have another one in February, which, again, that makes absolutely no sense. It throws off everything. And then you have the transfer portal calendar, where the transfer portal date where the players can jump into the transfer portal. And now you have all sorts of things, like programs are all in a mess. So at the end of the day, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision now. So from the athletic director standpoint, you can't have your head coach going and taking a job at your rival school and then having him coach the team to go potentially win a national championship. So at the end of the day, the athletic director said, no, I'm cutting it. I have to live here in Oxford, Mississippi, and we're not going to have you going coaching at a rival school while we're taking our team to a national championship run, because it's just wrong. It's morals, and it sends the wrong message about the program. So you're gone. Here's the defensive coordinator. It's your position now. And the defensive coordinator, the name is escaping me right now, but he has the job now, and he's able to build his staff so they could salvage what's left of the program that they built, that the program and the kind of the culture that's already in place. And I'm saying all that because, again, like I said, the head coach does very little coaching. The actual coaching is left up to the coordinators and the actual assistant coaches. So I love the move from the athletic director standpoint to say, hey, this defensive coordinator is now the head coach at Ole Miss, and now he gets to keep his defensive staff, and he gets the keys to the kingdom. And then for the most part, you can kind of fill up your offensive staff, as you go and as you make this championship run. So that's the way college football has to run in 2026, is to where every single individual is going to have to look out for themselves. If you got to understand that it's a win-win-win situation, to where if players want to get paid and they want to be able to jump into a transfer portal, then they have to be understanding that the adults in the room, like the athletic directors, like the coaches, they got to make the decisions that are best for their families and their situations, and you just got to live with it. So that's the game. That's it. That's my take in a nutshell, because I know there's a lot going on when it comes to this saga. And again, Lane Kiffin hasn't won shit. Right? He hasn't won shit, and he knows that. So he has to, again, take advantage of whatever opportunities he may see, because he's not going to be a hot commodity forever. This is probably, in my opinion, if he doesn't win at LSU, it's probably going to be his last stop as a head coach. So he has to do what he has to do in terms of the realities of the situation and then what's best for his family as well. So that's my take on the situation. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all the work I do from an employee development standpoint. What we do around here is we take the game, we take the lessons and the innovative teamwork lessons that you learn from the game of football, and we apply them to businesses and business owners, so they have a staff and a group of employees that or a group of employees that moves like a championship team, a championship high school or youth football team. And again, as you can see, I'm very knowledgeable about how all this stuff works, and it can be very applicable to your business and how it runs. So main website for all that is makeyourmove.com. It's makeymove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.